Okay folks, it's time to continue our look at 300 blackout resizing dies. This is going to be video number 3. So if anything doesn't make sense, make sure you step back and check out parts 1 and 2. This is hopefully going to be a more focused video, maybe, because there's only one thing I want to accomplish in this video, and that is to fix the neck tension problems with our Lee die, with our Lee resizing die. In the previous videos, we found that this guy just does not provide enough neck tension, or it doesn't provide nearly as much neck tension as our Forster and RCBS dies. And what it comes down to, the expander in the Lee is a 307, right? This is what sets the final diameter of our neck. Now, the RCBS is a 306, so it's a thousandth smaller than this. And the Forster is a little bit smaller still. We generally get readings of like 305.5. So that's the whole point of this video right here, is I want to take this 307 expander and I want to reduce it down to 306 or 305. This is a common thing that, you know, people will sometimes do, but unfortunately I've never done it before. So we're going to be learning together here. I might screw it up, but you know what? No big deal, man. I can order a new one of these for $3 or $4. So I've got some various levels of scratchiness here. The most scratchy thing I've got here is a 120 grit. I think that's going to be a little bit too scratchy. Take off a little bit too much material too fast, maybe. So this will be our last resort, or it'll be, you know, if we try the other options and we're not getting anywhere, we'll pull this guy out. I've got a couple of these sanding blocks. This one right here is labeled as a 220 grit fine. This one is a little bit rougher, but I can't read the labels on it. I can see that it also says fine, but I can't see the exact grit. I think this is going to be our second most abrasive option. And then I've got like a Scotch-Brite pad for maybe some final polishing. I also have some, I don't know where it went, but I've got some steel wool as well if we decide that we need that. So what I want to do is chuck this guy in a drill and get to town. So let's do it. All right, so this is going to be fun to film, I'm sure. We should just be able to do that. Oh, baby, that's spinning nice and true. All right, so let's start out with this block here. I don't know if I turn it sideways. Yeah, why not? So I want to try to do this high speed because it seems like the higher our speed, the more even it should be, I would imagine. I don't know. But let's just go to town here for a second. That doesn't seem to be doing much. It's not very hot, so it seems to still be reading primarily 307. I did get a 306.5 every once in a while, but yeah, it doesn't really seem to be doing much of anything so far. Yep, let's go ahead and use the 120. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch to the 120 grit. All right, I tore off a smaller sheet. This is actually for a belt sander. I like the, you know, cloth and flexible backing that these give. So that's usually what I end up doing, is buying freaking belt sander things and then just tearing them into slices. All right, this might be a mistake. Let's get to it though. Okay, that was definitely rougher. Now I'm going to hit it with this guy a little bit just to smooth things up a touch. Yeah, that looks good. Feels smooth. Let's get a measurement of it. Aha! Progress. A little bit. 3065 seems to be a very consistent measurement now. Yep, let's keep going. Now, I know it's boring to watch me sand this, but I don't want to cut out any of the parts where I'm actually sanding. I want you to get a feel for exactly how long it took me to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I know cutting to the next measurement might make for a more pleasant video to watch, but hopefully this will be more instructional about how long it actually takes to take off some material. So it's looking like we've made it down to 306 now. That might be where a sensible person would stop. Yeah, it looks like 306. I want to go just a touch farther. I want to kind of match that Forster at 3055. Let's go back to the 120 grit for another, just a little bit, and then I'll run through maybe some of this stuff to really get a nice high polish on it before we call it good. All right, dead battery. There we go. Almost done. As you might be able to tell, my battery's been just about dead this whole time, so it is now going super duper fast. I had it on high speed earlier, but it wasn't quite crazy high speed. I might just wrap this back. Yep, I think we've now got a 3055 expander ball. Awesome. You know what I think I'm going to do while we're all set up here is the other expander balls. You know, our Forster on this side, our RCBS on this side. I think I'm going to go ahead and just polish them a little bit with this guy, just to make sure they're nice and shiny and slick. Yeah, that's got a nice shine to it now. Yep, it still reads 306 like it did before. So, and last up is our Forster. Okay, so I've reinstalled our decapping pin in our die. I've put it in my press, and I want to go ahead and resize a piece of brass with it real quick. And then we'll seat a bullet and measure that neck tension. Up it goes, back down, there we are. So I've got one of our 168 grain AMAXs that we were using in previous videos. So what I want to do is measure. So the outside of the neck is coming in at 327. And previously, we were seeing that after we seated a bullet, it didn't grow. Like it would be the exact same measurement after that it was before. So let's go ahead and seat this guy and see if it grows a touch. I don't even know where this bullet seating die is set, but close enough. So I'm getting about 330 now. Yep, seeing some 331s. So good. So it was a little bit tight getting that bullet started. So it's definitely a tight neck. You know, maybe we went a little bit too far. I don't know. But with the you know, the bullet setback and cartridge growth that we've been seeing when we're slamming the bolt, I want them nice and tight. So it looks like, yeah, looks like our lead die is in good shape now, maybe. All right, guys, it looked like, you know, we had the right sandpaper. This 120 grit really seemed to work halfway decent. But you definitely want something something smoother to polish. This was a good combo. The 120 and then this sanding block. I don't know. It's a fine sanding block, and then some Scotch-Brite or some steel wool or something to finish up the polish was a pretty good stuff for the job. So ended up being pretty easy. This is where I want to leave this video so that if, you know, people don't have lead dies and they skip over this one, they won't miss much. So I'm immediately going to start filming the next video in this series where we're going to look at more at the neck tension issues we've been having and the bullet movement, you know, cartridges stretching or getting set back as we chamber them in the action. We're going to explore that some more, but this one ends right here. So if you want to help support the channel, come check me out at patreon.com/reloading, and I will see you guys next time.